pointing down at Neil. Neil had opened his mouth wide, unable to breathe for a full half-minute, as his stricken diaphragm spasmed. He finally managed a few wispy breaths, gasping a dutiful query about what he'd done wrong. "Ain't done nothing wrong, other than got yourself a cherry-ass job right out of the chute, Private." Neil, breathing raggedly by this time, turned his purple face questioningly up to the drill sergeant. The NCO grasped the shoulders of Neil's uniform blouse, lifting him back to the position of attention. He moved close enough to clue Neil into the fact he'd eaten something heavily laced with onions for lunch. "I just don't want you thinking you're something special," the instructor growled, eyes slightly twinkling. "Drill sergeant?" Neil managed to croak, huffing glorious quantities of air by this time. "Might the private inquire as to what this job is?" "General's driver and assistant," the normally coarse drill sergeant replied crisply. "You're gonna be carrying a Tinkerbell briefcase around while the rest of your platoon's out soldiering like men." Neil's head had begun to shake back and forth as he mouthed the words no, processing this unheard change of plans. He'd joined the army with his best friend, Jakey. Jakey was off in town, having a blast by this time, and the army just couldn't separate them this soon. "I won't allow it." "No, drill sergeant," Neil finally managed. "You can't let them do this. All due respect, but I don't want to be a damn general's driver. That's not why I joined. Private Herman and me joined up to serve together." The senior drill sergeant jabbed his finger at a poster depicting the familiar flag-festooned, stony-faced human symbol of American pride. "You know what GI stands for, Private Reuter? Do you know? Stands for Government Motherfucking Issue. And what it means is good old Uncle Sam there can do whatever the hell he wants with you, whenever the hell he wants, however the hell he wants. Got that?" Neil managed to quietly assent. "And guess whose name, rank, and serial number is on your recommendation?" "I'm guessing it would be yours, drill sergeant." "Bet your narrow-engine ass it is. I recommended you only because you learn damn fast and stand taller than most of them duds in your platoon. Fact of the matter is, it was going to be you or Jew boy Private Herman, but you edged him out. So either way, you two was going to be split up." He again stepped in, striking Neil's nose with his campaign hat. "None of this talk matters, 'cause you ain't got no say-so. You got that, boy?" Neil blinked several times, mind racing. "I understand, drill sergeant." The drill sergeant almost smiled. He walked Neil to his bunk, had him gather his things, and took him straight to the train station without giving him a chance to say his goodbyes. Neil reported for duty the following day. While at first he had felt ambushed, he'd grown to appreciate his new assignment. Traveling, hearing important conversations, being exposed to life outside of California. He wasn't quite ready to call it an honor, especially not now, not here in Gallipoli, but before his arrival here, things had been bearable, building towards something, though what it was he didn't quite know. Through it all, Neil had corresponded with Jakey Herman by post. Jakey, who had a special way with words, never once failed to make Neil laugh out loud with his letters. Neil's mind came back to present, back to this battle, morosely wondering if Jakey could make him smile at this moment. Along with Neil and the general's entourage were two other soldiers who served between Neil and the commander. Neil's direct chief and the general's retinue, his bodyguard, was a grizzled old master sergeant, Jimmy Buck Wingo, a Tennessean and veteran of the Spanish-American War. Wingo often bragged in his hoarse voice about how he once beat President Teddy Roosevelt, then a soldier, arm wrestling. "Not once, not twice, but 3 damn times." Each time Wingo would exuberantly relay his favorite tale, ever-present brown tobacco juice would dribble from his grinning mouth as he'd finished by saying, "Some bitch couldn't stand losing, just kept coming back for more."